Oh, my hair is kind of a mess.
Said you like.
Good morning. This is John Harder. And I'm coming to you with another broadcast number 165. Sorry, 67. Wow. Yeah. Broadcast number 167. TheBillionCoin community. A private society. I had gotten familiar with Pantera di Oro some time ago, a few months ago, and I caught on that they were familiar with the TheBillionCoin. And I thought that would be an awesome thing if the TheBillionCoin community, or should we say society, would become a community like that, or a society like that. And it looks like that is precisely what is now happening, which I am very excited about, because that is a private society that, as we are working through this, it is going to be a wonderful thing as we become. And you know, I know that that we sort of had a bit of a misunderstanding, maybe many of us, and me included. I know that we, as the TheBillionCoin, we joined a community that was, you know, it was a private community. And that we were, you know, setting out with a mission to end global poverty, which is, you know, a pretty, very, you know, really a large, very large mission. And so as I read through the public statement that was written, that is posted on the Kringles.cash homepage, it depicts so clearly what I had learned at Pantera di Oro website, and the lessons that I went through on there, that of a private community. And you know, I'm very excited about this, that we are doing that. This will clarify for us as members very much. And I will also say that this is going to take quite a bit of learning for many of us. maybe I should say for all of us, because what happens is we're becoming part of a different world. We're becoming part of the world that Romans 12 talks about. That's basically what is going on. It is a different world on the spiritual plane than what we have been used to living. But there is so much freedom. There is so much that it makes it better for humanity, I should say, for our society, for members of our society. It is a mutual benefit society. It is the opposite from what we have been, from how we have been brought up in society. Basically, in society, or should I say in the world, we have been brought up with the idea of lack and limitation and what's in it for me. That is really the only thing that counts in the world, is what's in it for me. But we are turning this thing around and we're saying, well, I want you to benefit just as much as what I want to benefit myself. I want, let's say you and I, we want to make a deal. Well, I want to make sure, we both want to make sure that it's to the benefit of both of us, not just one-sided, to see what I can get out of it, and then whatever happens to you, I don't really care. That's not how this thing works. You see, it's peace. It's peace. We're not at conflict with anyone. It's peace. Stephen, if you'd care to, I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to bring you on and share with me, and we can discuss about this a little bit. I'm sure you have read the statement probably more than once. I have read it more than once, and I really appreciate what this is doing, and the benefit that it will bring to all of us, a clear understanding about who we actually really are, and like as the BillionCoin society, a private society of the BillionCoin and like of TBC and Kringled. And yes, I did have a misunderstanding about what we really were. I would have said that it was an investment when people bought. I certainly considered it an investment when I bought coin. That was my misunderstanding about it, and but that is not an investment. We've got to understand that the systems that are governed by the public so-called government, there's a few things that would come into play if we want to clearly look at how that actually runs, because it does not run the way it appears to. there's you know, I think humanity in general, we might eventually humanity might get to that point, because if the education would be changed in the school systems, then people could actually, you know, understand the truth. But the way it is set up now, it doesn't lead anywhere near the truth. It leads away from the truth. And so as a private society, we will be understanding the truth. We will be understanding the truth as it concerns our community. But my question then is that, are we going to limit ourselves to only the understanding of what we are about, and only the understanding of what our society represents? Because my personal belief is that we need to go deeper than that. We need to still understand also how the system in the world actually works. It appears to be working. It has the appearance as if it's working, as if the legal system is working for the people, but it is actually not. It's manipulated by outside not an outside society, but outside manipulators who have manipulated the governments and have infiltrated all of the systems, the education system, the entire industry in every sector is manipulated by these people from outside of the government. So when we look at government agencies as if they are doing only their honest job, folks, that is not true. That is not true. And this is something that I believe we need to understand. We need to understand this, because it is of concern to humanity how that operates. It may not be of much concern to our own society as far as how we operate. It doesn't. It doesn't really. We are free from that as far as that's concerned. But our safety still rests in that. And so, you know, it is important, I believe, that we understand that the so-called government are not what they appear to be. They are not what they appear to be. And and of course, I mean, when it comes to the TheBillionCoin, when it comes to our broadcasts here, when it comes to where do we go from here and so on, yeah, that really has very little bearing on as to how do we proceed, because for us, it's important that we are clear as broadcasters, as you know, if we teach people, that we are clear how does our society, what is our role in our society? Well, we are, at this point, we are distributors of the coin. But as I have read through the document now a couple of times, the understanding that I get from that is that it is not, you know, that is not the end of it. It isn't. It isn't just a matter of distributing the coin to 1 billion people, and then we have, you know, we have done our duty, and now we're all we all live happily ever after. As far as you know, as far as now we're in the TheBillionCoin, we're in the community, and so we have achieved our goal. But that's not really the only goal we have. We have a goal of ending poverty in the world, all poverty, because it is our really it's our God-given duty. That's really what we're here to do. That's really what we're here to fulfill, is the God-given duty that we already had before we ever, before the TheBillionCoin ever came along. Because we, you know, we have a creator of heaven and earth, and life on this planet. All of nature has been put here for humanity to enjoy. It's here. It's here for us. And we can take this deeper and look at where it all comes from. Because nature, all of nature, as it unfolds, as it grows, as the flowers open up, as the avocado grows on the trees, all the plants, all the crops, all the wheat, all of that, as it all happens out there. Nobody has to go there and push each plant up to try to make it, to bring it to its full, you know, or do anything to, you know, you don't have to go and pull all the petals out on the flowers to make them bloom. Nature unfolds all on its own. This is a vibratory field that we are all part of. This is why. This is nature. This is nature, and we're part of this. And the clearer we understand how that we're all part of this same nature, then all we have to do is blend in and help each other. You know, that we're here to benefit, and for all of us to benefit. You know, it is almost as if when we really think about this abundance that we're all part of, and this nature that we're part of, it is almost like we don't even need a monetary system, because we already have everything. But where it comes in, that we do, and where that helps us is the fact that we are all gifted in different areas. There are different interests that we have as people, and so we are here to shine and to show our talent. Basically, that is what we could say this is. It's a talent show. It's a talent show. Is what we're here. That's what this whole place is. It's a talent show. How good? How good are you at your talent? How good am I at my talent? Maybe none of us have actually been allowed to shine in our where our talents really are. Maybe we haven't. Maybe the how should I say, the stress of poverty has never allowed us to really, to really shine in what our talent really is. Maybe we've been so succumbed to this idea of lack and limitation that we've never dared to come out of the closet and actually show our talent. But now we do have the billion coin. Now we do have the abundance. We do have it available. So now here is our opportunity. And I know that, since we have this opportunity, and we've been given all the tools that we need by the admin. Admin has been very generous, very diligent in putting everything in front of us that we need in order to bring, to share the free gift. I mean, is it not a wonderful thing that there's such a gift right up front as you enter into this society? But the thing is that we have been approaching it. We've been approaching it with the idea of a financial benefit. Well, it is not a finance. It's not finances. It isn't. That's not what it is. It's a peer-to-peer barter system. It's a peer-to-peer exchange, a medium of exchange, peer-to-peer, a private exchange. So the public legal system has actually nothing to do with this, because this is a decision, a personal decision to enter the agreement of this private society. It's an agreement of peace. It's an agreement of a peace with each other, a peace with the world, a peace with all legal systems everywhere. It is an agreement of peace, and it is an agreement of mutual benefit of all of us in the society. Okay, it's an agreement of mutual benefit for all of us in society, in this private society. So when we're entering into this membership, we are agreeing thereby to a mutual benefit society where we all care for each other. We all care mutually for mutual benefit. Do we understand what that means? You see, if we truly understand what our undertaking is in this, then there's a couple of things that our mind must comprehend about this. That when we're here, when we're in this community, you never have to worry about being left behind. You never have to worry about not being cared for. And also, you are free. You have a freedom to practice your talent, to get very good at what you do. The thing is, God has given all of us our own talents, our own desires, our own things that we are good at. We have been put through a society, through school systems, where they have tried ever so hard to push everybody through the same mold. It's like when blocks are formed, if you've ever looked at how that works, blocks are formed. They're all pressed by the exact same mold. And this is why it fits together. But when you see a building, when you see a big wall that are built with all of these blocks that are exactly the same thing, there's nothing beautiful about it. There's not one of those blocks can show its own uniqueness, its own gift that has its own identity by the Creator. And I believe that we should not act like a brick wall. We should not act like a wall that's built of blocks where no one has anything unique. That is not colorful. That is not life. That is not life. That is not life. We are not the same. God has not made us the same. Let's not try to force each other to not, to be all bent out of shape from what God actually had made you to be. We are all unique, and we need to have that liberty of being unique. So, why do I say this? I say this because I believe in freedom, and I believe, from what I understand, that the society that we're entering in, we are a society of freedom. Communism has never worked. It has never worked out in the world anywhere, and it's not going to work here. We can't be forced to be the same. We are not the same. And therefore, we must have the freedom. So, how then, in that regards, how then can we share the TheBillionCoin as it's been given to us? Well, we understand that some people just aren't going to broadcast. They're just not going to do it. Some people just won't. Some people, they might be very good at sharing the free gift outside of doing broadcasting. Let's give them that liberty. And so then, what am I saying about when it comes to this system? To this system. What does that mean? What really does that mean? To me, it means this, that when, let's say somebody asks me, well, how can I cash flow with TBC? My first question then is, what are you doing? What are you doing that it's not working for you? Where are you in the steps of the system? Where are you? What is it about it that you don't understand? You see, the system the steps that have been laid out for us, I believe that I wouldn't know how to arrange it any better. I really wouldn't. I see it as the best way that there is. I wouldn't know how to improve on it. And so to me, it's like people, if somebody wants to know how to do it, well, maybe there is an understanding of how to relate with people. Maybe there's maybe they have mental blockages with which almost all of us do, or could I just simply say all, because I'm sure we all do. There's mental blockages that are from that we have inherited through the vibrations we were in as toddlers, as babies, as young children. Those lodge in the subconscious, in the belief system, and they can drive you nuts for the rest of your life. Unless you learn to identify them and find out, you know, what they are. How do I believe about this? How do I believe about that? What is there that I don't understand about money? And what are my beliefs about money? Because your beliefs about money is most likely why you can't make any. It's erroneous beliefs that have nothing to do with you even. It's only about what conclusions that you made as a young person, conclusions that you made, and how you related, you know, how you understood money, how you know, actually, let me thank you very much, Stephen, for coming on board. Sorry, I noticed you for a while already, and I didn't acknowledge. I apologize for that. I was kind of on the roll, I guess. Mahalko88, thank you very much for tuning in as well, and thank you, Marjorie, for moderating. And I see there's also somebody listening in. It may be my brother Pete. I don't know. Maybe it's Jake. I don't know. I appreciate every one of you, but my point is that this is where the cash flow coaching can really be a benefit to us as we try to share the coin. And simply the system that admin has laid out for us, the steps, as I had just mentioned a bit ago, they are clear. I don't know how, like, for whether there's anything that may be difficult to understand for some people. I don't know. I think it's very easy and straightforward. But be that as it may, if we have trouble and aren't able to you know, to share or you know, we don't have to convince people. We don't have to try to twist their arm or anything. Really, it's a free society. We come as we enter in. It's a gift that we get. That's how we get started. And if we have the passion and want others to benefit from it too, well, we share the gift. That's how we do it. We share the gift with others, and then of course there are people. Most people, very many people, have emailed me and asked, "Well, how can I sell coin? Where is the exchange, and where is all this?" And I'm sure there's many others that have also been contacted in the similar fashion about cashing out, about selling, about this and about that. And the thing is, we don't have to sell it. There is a much easier way, and this is what we're introducing people to, is to the cash flow system, so that there is easier way of doing this than to try and sell it. Okay, and that's that's really what I really appreciate from the cash flow. I've been in Randy's class now for a while. Well, not very long, but because last week he wasn't here. I think I sat in 2 classes before that, and yesterday I missed most of it. I completely forgot. It hadn't, you know, I guess it was off for a week, and I've been very busy, you know, and so it just completely slipped my mind until, you know, for the tail end of it, I sat in yesterday. So today I want to make sure I'm there. So anyhow, I think that's pretty much it for my broadcast for today. It is, I believe that this clarification, this public notice that we have is a great thing. It's a wonderful thing for all of us. And I can't recommend high enough. Matter of fact, I think it is practically mandatory that every person read it, that is able to read and to understand. Read it several times if you need to, and to understand what a private society really is and what a mutual benefit society is, so that when you bring people in and you talk to people about it, that they know, they get an understanding of it. They don't, you know, come in here thinking, oh, now we can cash out. Now we can make a big pile of money here very quickly. Folks, that's not what it's for. It's not what it's for. A mutual benefit society is, I can't put value on it. I don't know how to, because I think the value of that is higher than anything I have ever seen in this world. And I mean that not only in monetary value, I mean that in value of spiritual value, this spiritual and physical, in all of these areas, because I am quite confident that health and these type of that type of influence and training is what is going to be in our society as well as history. Now, unfortunately, history is it's something that I have a great interest in. I absolutely have a huge interest in history, but unfortunately, we can't really find anything about history, hardly anything further than maybe 100 to 200 years back. Beyond that, we actually have no history. Pretty much everything has been destroyed. Any history that there was. Okay, so anyhow, this this broadcast, I basically wanted to touch on how important I see that this document is, and how we need to understand it, and that we need to move forward with an understanding about what we're entering into, what kind of a society we are, a private society, a mutual benefit society, and that of helping other people and bringing people on board through the steps that are outlined for us by admin. Okay. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate very much, and I hope to see you again here tomorrow. Thank you.